Hello all, welcome to my video. In this particular video, I am actually going to talk about a very important content, like in terms of how to connect the benefits of a strategic transformation to the financial updates of a IT organization. Okay, so before I actually get into the crux of this particular video, right, let me actually set the context and the intent behind this particular video. First of all, many agile coaches, okay, be it at a team level agile coach or a program coach like an RTE, or you have like an enterprise agile coach at a portfolio level, or some of our agile consultants, these people have a typical challenges saying that the leadership team, or rather the executive team, is not willing to support the agile transformation, be it an agile transformation, or be it a digital transformation, or a kind of a business transformation. You cannot sustain the transformation without having the leadership support. So as part of my agile mentorship program, shortly called as a AMP, whenever I actually coach the people, like in terms of the agile transformation strategies, one of the pertinent question, one of the very important and repeated question which actually comes to me is, how will you convince the leadership team? How will you get the support or the buy-in from the executive team so as to support the agile way of working? Okay, so one of the point which we need to keep in mind is, if you are going to the CXO, or if you are going to the CTO or a CFO or some kind of a CXO level executive, you cannot talk to them on the velocity. You cannot talk to them on the burn up and the burn down charts. You cannot talk to them with the terminologies and the nomenclature of a Jira, right? So you need to speak the language of your target audience or the user persona. So from that perspective, here in this particular article, I'm actually explaining you people how to connect the benefits of a strategic transformation to the financial statements, so that you can have an impactful conversation with the executive team of your company, right? So if you are actually getting into the article, right, we have fundamentally 4 or 5 typical financial sheets, right? It could be an income statement, or it could be a balance sheet, or it could be a cash flow statement, or it could be something pertaining to the shareholder equity. See, this particular video is a video which is getting uploaded onto a social media platform like YouTube and LinkedIn. So I'm not going to explain you at a granular level, what do you mean by an income statement? What do you mean by a balance sheet? What do you mean by the cash flow statement? Because all these things I have learned it from my executive MBA with Great Lakes Institute of Management, and I also did something called as an advanced strategic management program from Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, IIM. So what I have done is, I have taken my agile knowledge and then I have blended it with those capabilities, and then I was able to formulate a strategy called balance sheet driven agile transformation. Okay, so if you just go through this article, somewhere here I have actually called it out. And that's what in my Agile for CXOs course, I teach something called balance sheet driven agile transformation. Believe me, none of the agile certifications in the market, including the scaled program consultant, teach you these kind of real-time capabilities, right? So let us actually quickly go through this particular article on a cursory glance. If you need further details, probably you may need to connect with me one-on-one, of course, for your own benefit. Now, some of the things which we need to keep in mind is, if you are an agile coach at a portfolio level, or rather a kind of a leadership coach, you at least need to know the meaning of these terms. What do you mean by revenue? What do you mean by expense? What do you mean by net income? See, when I say meaning, I'm not telling you people to know the English meaning of these words. I am very much certain at your level you know the English meaning, but I wanted to know the contextual meaning. How is revenue measured in that particular portfolio, in that particular delivery unit, in that particular business unit? How is expenses are actually calibrated in that particular account level, right? So people need to start participating in some of the meetings like a QBR, quarterly business review. People need to participate in a EBR, executive business review. People need to participate in a ERR meeting, which is something like a enterprise risk review meeting. So if you go to my YouTube channel, right, Agile Mentorship Program AMP by Balaji.T, and then if you come down here, I'm giving you people my real-time experience of 23 years through this particular video. I'm not talking only theories here, which is mostly covered in the certification programs. Here I'm explaining you people with a template, with a sample template, actually saying what is being discussed in the QBR, what is QBR in the first place, and why does people need to attend these kind of meetings. Believe me, if you are not part of the QBR, if you are not part of the EBR, and if you have not contributed significantly to the QBR, EBR, most likely you have not created visibility itself in front of your leadership team. Now, for a person who has not even created a visibility, how that person can go and influence the board of directors? So definitely, as obvious, your executive team is not going to support the transformation. Your leadership team is not going, no, is not going to give you the buy-in for the transformation. So first you do your homework and then tell no executives are not supporting you, right? So just to stay focused from my end, right, and to keep the ball rolling, if you go through this article, I mentioned on a high level, what do you mean by an income statement? What do you mean by a balance sheet, which is going to capture assets and liabilities? What do you mean by a cash flow? What do you mean by statement of shareholder equity? So go through this article and at a high level try to understand this. Then what you need to do is, together with those four financial artifacts, some of the companies will also start looking into customer acquisition cost. Means what is the cost involved to acquire the customer? What is the lifetime value of that particular customer? How is that my revenue breakdown happens at a segmentation level, correlated or rather corroborated to the verticals or across the geographies? And then these are all the things which you need to understand. Now what you need to do is, you need to tie the knots. Means what? You need to take the agile outcomes. See, if you go through this article below, I have written here. Now the moment you connect the agile outcomes like a predictability, productivity, responsiveness, and quality to business outcomes like CSAT, NPS, Net Promoter Score, right? And product brand index, improvement in the revenue margin, then believe me, your executives will start listening to you, because any common sensical person who is working at a leadership level or who is working at an executive level will not tell, I don't want a CSAT improvement, I don't want my product brand index to improve, I don't want my revenue margin to improve. Because why are they running business? Primarily is to improve their revenue margin, right? So what I wanted you people to do is at least spend some time to understand the financial terminologies, and then you may need to build a business case clearly saying, guys, because I have done this, I have reduced the cycle time, I have reduced the lead time, because of which the CSAT improved, because of which the go-to-market strategy improved. But then it is not enough if you just suspend your conversation at a business outcome level. You need to take it forward to the entries in the entries in the balance sheet, entries in the income statement, entries in the cash flow, entries in the shareholder equity. That is how you connect the knot between, tie the knot between agile outcomes and to the business outcome. So you start with your agile practices, which improves your agile capabilities, which then gives you agile outcomes, which then improves your business outcome. Then the positive ripple effect on the business outcome need to be substantiated, need to be reflected, need to be justified in the company's financial performance artifacts, right? So, just to cut a long story short, you can use this article as a reference. I have given some real-time examples like, see, increase in revenue and profitability. Of course, you may still need to take a reference from your CPD, which is like corporate pricing deck. But the point what I'm trying to say is, This is how you need to connect: increase in the revenue and profitability, enhanced operational efficiency, reduction in the total cost of ownership, market expansion and diversification, improved customer experience and engagement. The moment you connect the agile KRAs and KPIs to the business outcomes and KRAs and KPIs, and then tie it back to the financial artifact, financial statements, believe me, no leader will start exhibiting resistance to do the transformation. People are not doing real homework at the groundwork, and then just they are blaming, hey, my executive team is not supporting the transformation. Why they need to support your transformation if you are not giving them a convincing reason, right? So instead of just keep on saying, right, no, my executive is not understanding agile. Yes, definitely your executive will not understand agile. It is your responsibility as an agile coach, it is your responsibility as an agile consultant to equip yourself with the business terminologies, and then speak the language of the audience, which the audience understands it. That is what we learned in the design thinking, right? Speak the terminology, speak the vocabulary, speak the nomenclature of the user persona. So who is your user persona? If your CXO level guy is your user persona, you cannot go to your CXO level person and then talk about your velocity, your burn up chart, your burn down chart, your Jira, right? So, take a moment to reflect upon the points what I told in this particular article. And if you have any further questions, feel free to connect with me. I will be dropping my WhatsApp number too when I actually upload this particular video. Now, coming back to the other thing, in this YouTube channel, right, Agile Mentorship Program AMP by Balaji.T, I'm giving a lot of real-time experiences. I see here, I have something like case study based mentoring session. I have a video on interview questions for enterprise agile coaches. Balaji's insight on how to change the rack status of IT project from red to green. So on some real-time scenario-driven interview questions. And here you see here sample interview questions for business analysts, product owners, and product managers. And it has taken somewhere around 4.5K views within a time of 1 month. So all that I'm trying to say is information is given free to you people across all the social media platform. However, if you want a transformation, probably you may need to get in touch with me and then sign up for my Agile Mentorship Program, wherein I will coach you, guide you, mentor you, and then I will try to be an improvement enabler in expediting your career trajectory using Agile as the capability. Now, one more important thing, you can go to my website, balajiagile.com, and then try to take a look into my customized Agile framework called CAV, my Agile Mentorship Program framework. Here you can click the button and then download my 50 agile interview questions. Most of the Saturdays I do a free webinar. You can click on it and then register for it. Even you see here, right, there is a webinar planned on artificial intelligence and machine learning in agile engagements in IT on 24th of February, Saturday, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. And I am making this particular video on 19th February 2024. So here you can go and then go through the lesson plans for multiple levels or capabilities, and these are all some of the testimonials, right? So take some time to imbibe the information which is already given freely to you, rather than just keep on saying my executives are not supporting the transformation, my leadership team is not supporting the transformation. A better way to think is, okay, they are not supporting the transformation, understood, what I can do something to make them to support. So leaders will always start working from the solution space rather than keep on cribbing on the problem. So please factor this, and if you find value in this, you can come back to me and become a part of my agile mentorship program, which has already currently in the agile mentorship program, we have somewhere close to 160 or 165 people who had already completed AMP in a very successful manner, and they are now holding reputed positions in multiple companies. The point what I try to say is, the purpose of Agile Mentorship Program is not to equip you only to get multiple offer letters. Getting an offer letter, getting a better compensation, getting a better company and a better role and a designation is a byproduct of it. The main intention is to give you real-time capabilities so that you deliver value in your new company or in your new project right from the day one. Okay. Okay, getting all other benefits, it's anyway it will happen as a byproduct, provided you also stay committed to the program. All right. Okay, so hope to see you in some other video soon. Okay, cheers, bye.